Guys, welcome to Movie Talk. I am John, the host of Movie Talk, where we do talk about movies. That's what we do. We also make cartoons, little bastards. Go to the playlist below, watch an episode. It's really good fun. If you haven't already, go and do it. Or just stay here and check this out. I want to talk about this topic. Has Ben Affleck turned his back on Batman? Has he turned his back on superhero films in its entirety? Maybe. Maybe not. We have seen a lot of reports from a Variety article which talked about Ben Affleck, and it's not that it misquoted him, but it did do some creative work with how it quoted him, especially with regards to historical quotes about his experiences making superhero films. So I'm going to try and straighten the record for a few of those, because we have a lot of Snyder cultists who are taking some of those misquotes and running with them as if to say, Ben is staying. Ben is definitely going to come back to be Batman if Zack Snyder gives him a call. And then you have some Snyder cultist haters who are saying, Ben is gone. Ha, the universe is over. Get over it. And I'm kind of like in neither camp, right? I'm a Snyder fan. I love Zack Snyder. I love MOS, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I love Ben Affleck's Batman. I actually think it's the best depiction of Batman we've ever seen. And I love the Nolan Batman movies, but Ben's Batman is my Batman. That said, in the article, he does say he's kind of like done with the whole superhero thing. Yes, when he talked about his horrendous experiences doing the superhero movies and the Batman movie, he was generally referring to the reshoots of the Joss Whedon 2017 Justice League Abomination, right? And the experience of doing those reshoots, whilst also struggling with alcoholism, while also going through a divorce. I mean, the man was suffering and dealing with a lot. So it's understandable that he didn't have the best experience. And he talked about honing it in. He'd just come in, he'd just do his job, he'd leave. And he says, when you're doing something like Batman and Justice League, you probably should be putting a bit more into it than that. You should probably giving your co-stars a little bit more in front of camera and off camera than what he was doing. And of course, his hate for the superhero films, it doesn't really stem from hating doing superhero films, especially Zack Snyder. He loves working with Zack Snyder. And if Zack Snyder actually asked him to come back, because, like, let's just say, for argument's sake, DC Studios decided to create an Elseworld film where they'd bring in the old Henry Cavill Superman and the old Ben Affleck Batman, right? Which is probably never going to happen. But let's pretend James Gunn greenlights that. Well, if that was the case and Zack Snyder asked him back, I'm sure he would, right? But I'm also sure he's kind of turned his back on Batman at this point. He's not doing it anymore. I'm sick of seeing these hashtags, Ben Affleck's Batman. Hashtag thank you Ben Affleck is the best hashtag you can do. Leave the man alone. First of all, he's an amazing Academy Award winning writer. Let him write. He is an amazing Academy Award winning director. If you haven't seen Argo or Gone Girl, fucking watch them. These two movies are spectacular. Argo is arguably a better film than anything he's done as Batman. Argo is a suspenseful, unbelievable true storytelling of these embassy workers trapped in Iraq, I think, during I don't know, a coup of some kind. Either way, it's an unbelievable film. It really is. That he directed and starred in. Gone Girl, another film that he starred in. Brilliant films. So like he is done he's also done Jiggly. I know, but he's done amazing work as a non-superhero actor. He has done amazing writing, right? So let him direct, let him write, and let him act in non-Batman films. And just hashtag thank you Ben. That's what the Snyder cult should be doing. Hashtag thank you Ben. You gave us the best iteration of Batman we've ever had. Appreciate it. And if you ever come back, we would love it. But stop trying to bring him back now. He's making it very clear he's happy to work on other things. The guy has his life in order. Oh, by the by, if you haven't seen Air, that movie is brilliant. Ben Affleck plays a great character in Air with Matt Damon as well. Just FYI. This is Movie Talk. We talk about movies. I'm giving you a couple. Okay, here we go. Right, guys. I am giving you some movies to watch. Watch Air with Ben Affleck. Watch Argo with Ben Affleck. Watch Gone Girl with Ben Affleck. Watch, if you haven't watched Good Will Hunting, get out. Turn off your computer and get out, right? Or even just go watch Good Will Hunting. Brilliant films with Ben Affleck. If you haven't seen them already, they're my recommendations for you in this video, right? Now, when you watch them, you come back to me. You go into the comment section below and you say, thank you, John. Because you will owe me a thank you. These are great movies. You're welcome. You're welcome. Seriously though, guys, Ben Affleck, I think he may come back to do a DC movie in the future. Maybe when he's older. And I mean, we saw Michael Keaton come back after 20, 30 years, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, Tom Cruise came back as Pete Mitchell Maverick 20 odd years, 30 odd years after making Top Gun, right? Who knows what could happen? There is no way Ben Affleck is definitely never coming back as Batman. That's nonsense talk. But I think he's done with it right now. I think he's done with it in the near future. So let's just say thank you. And then let's move on to what we know is actually happening. The DCU is being rebooted. We have a new universe to look forward to. We have a new Batman and Batman the Brave and the Bold to look forward to the casting of that. That'll be good fun to talk about. The story of that. Who will actually direct it, because it's probably not going to be Andy Muschietti or whatever his name is, right? So it'll be interesting. Who's going to direct that, right? Who's going to write that? Who's going to star in that? Will it be Damian Wayne? Will it be the Bat Family? Will we see Nightwing? Oh my God, there's going to be so much to talk about when we start to learn more about that. Let's get excited for that. And I'm talking to not just James Gunn and DCU fans. I'm talking to the old DCEU and the old Ben Affleck fans. If you like Batman and you like DC, then you should be really looking forward to those casting decisions. That's what the next 10 years are going to look like. So stop crying, move on, and enjoy what the rest of us are going to enjoy. Great DC content. Guys, what do you think of Ben Affleck leaving? Did you know he had turned his back on Batman and superhero films? Yes, the Variety article had misquotes or quotes taken out of context to make it look like he didn't enjoy working on the Batman. He did. He loved working on Batman. Not the Batman, but he loved working as Batman in BVS, in Justice League. Yes, he talked about the fact that Batman had become a tone in which his own kid was too afraid to watch it, and he thought that was a mistake. So maybe even in his mind it was becoming a bit too dark, a bit too adult, and it should be more family friendly. Not that Batman should be running around handing out candy canes to everybody, but just that as a film, kids and adults should be able to enjoy it alike. Anyway, love to know your thoughts on it. Will Ben be back at some point in the future? I think he's guaranteed to come back at some point in the future. But will he? Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Love to know your thoughts. Put them in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for joining here and supporting us. Really appreciate it. There will be more videos. I'm going to do a video vlog of our road to 10,000 subscribers, just to give you a little look behind the scenes, a little look behind the curtain, and maybe just to get to know myself and the co-creator Deco a little bit more. Be fun. Anyway, talk to you soon. Have a great day.